to enable the universities to breathe, and also to talk to my colleagues. I don't see this is behind, but also to ask them to reconsider what they are calling autonomy. It is autonomy, yes, complete academic autonomy, but administrative autonomy belongs to somebody else. Whoever pays for the money must ask how the money is spent. And right now, since we only measure what we see, where there are problems, we must deal with it. It's also correct that the funding formula is fatally wrong. It's fatally flawed. The funding formula as currently being implemented is totally against the established universities. And so it has to be relooked at again.
Another one is when you're talking about on some of the proposals.
Egerton and Strathmore. And in that order, Strathmore was perhaps the one that was nearest to complete. I think they require to do a little bit more in order to comply. The good news is that most of them are having excellent online courses. I was saying that I have a relative who is doing LLM exams online as we talk now. So the universities are working. With regards to face-to-face, I think the greatest challenge is going to be in the boarding halls, where they have to rethink and re-engineer how they are going to do it. It may not be so difficult because they may decide to allow a certain cohort of students to come and another cohort to stay at home.
And for the learners who are still maybe not so sure.
Because about 70% of them are doing very well. Those who have challenges, the government is here ready and willing to assist them to ensure that they are empowered to come to the level of the others. And that is the way to go. It's not just because of COVID. Going forward, the president had a very good strategic thought, even for the earlier schools, when he brought the laptop project. But as usual, the implementers were not as good as we expected. Otherwise, this would have found us ready.